Let's see, does this work? Oh great, I'm so glad my display captures decided to fail me already. Hey, that's working. That's no longer working. Okay. See how this goes. Hello Dim Dim, how are you? Stop talking to myself. Look, I can talk to myself as much as I want, because you see, that's how I artificially boost viewer numbers. OMG, is that the real Michael Media Group? That's the real Michael Media Group, with merchandise now. I have just started, and it's already working my way through the Simplex and Michael Media Group merchandise, only Simplex, but we've got patches. Anyway, that's not why any of you are here or care. Okay, so quick summary. Discord bot, really simple and stupidly simple. It's a economy bot that uses Donut as their currency, because I was asked if I could make this on streams, and I apparently don't have much more to do in my free time. I thought, I don't know if there are other Discord bots that do this. Someone in chat, probably Dim, or yeah, probably Dim would know how many other bots do this, but I have had the idea of simulating the stock market. So I'm going to try and allow people to invest in a fake stock market and let that get simulated. Please get some merch that has... Really? Okay. I think I can get that sorted. Mugs, hoodies, t-shirts, what do you want? Water bottles, we can do pyjamas, swim shorts, bean bags, flasks, socks, flip-flops. Get my face put on some flip-flops, that would be great. Oh, I remembered, I didn't bother promoting everything I do the whole time to everywhere. MickFun123 branded socks. Okay, we can do that. Can I screen in? I'm just going to check if I can do something. Okay, so for context, I'm probably going to do this in a separate cog. Define a stock market. I think that might be a good idea. So let's go stocks.py. I can't be bothered to do what I normally do. So we're going to go to stocks. Great, no one on Code Cave minds if I promote my string there. Brilliant. It's time to go copy and paste that link. Oh, and I'm abandoning the chat. Why are you on Windows? I thought the never... I'm on Windows because I bricked my Linux install. It's that simple. I say bricked my Linux install. My Linux install still works. It's just that pip doesn't work. Or the GUI. I accidentally uninstalled the GUI. Basically showcasing your work in real time. Thanks AI, you defend me. No one else does. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. I uninstalled GUI because I use a VPN, Proton VPN. Proton VPN has a conflict with my graphical user interface. So I can either use my VPN or use the graphical user interface. So that's the first problem, and then I fixed that. And then pip decided it was going to install stuff, but it wouldn't tell me where it was going to install libraries to. So that made it annoying. Oh, and then my microphone stopped working. Also, can you all hear me okay? I probably should have checked. Okay, I'm going to assume you can all hear me. So we should probably get started. guess first, what are we going to need? So, stocks. We're going to need some functions. The idea is we're going to randomly change the price by plus or minus 5%. So what we're going to do. Your mic's muted, thanks. It was a little quiet compared to the music, but that's easy to fix with tuning up the sound. Okay, I mean, is this better? I've turned myself up a bit. Please unmute. Hey, Dim, you're annoying. Why do you think I moved halfway across the world? Hey? Hi, Bit. Oh, actual people are coming here. Let me just... I have a valid reason for having Copilot installed, which is I'm allowed to use it for school. Which is brilliant. You lot aren't funny. I know you can hear me. I don't know if you can see me stream this part, but I can see the bar move. The bar is green. I'm not muted. Yeah. You don't need a new joke. Your jokes are getting boring. Okay, so back to this. At least broken make 1, 2, 3 strike. It is the least broken stream I've done in a while. Make file, and we're going to call this stocks. And what do we need in stocks? We're going to need the user ID. Oh. I'm not actually sure how we can comment on how I would set out this database. What I need to store is I need who's bought what stocks. And I also need the stock's current price. Mix seems to work. Yes, no, hi Bit, I realise my microphone works, they just tease me a bit. Also, as you're not, you should follow. And you should also, like, type in the donation link and hand over your money. So let's call this stocks. And in our stocks we are going to have... I don't use SQL enough to be able to memorise the format. We're going to need to use stock. And that's going to be text. And then we're going to need value. Value's probably going to be a float, so we should probably declare that. I'm going to unlock all of the stock prices to be plus or minus 2 decimal points. That should be easy enough. Later on we'll update that. Please, the keyboard clicking sound. You can't hear it. Okay, you're not going to let me work, or you're just going to mock me the whole stream. Is this better? I have a beautiful keyboard. Quoting someone, hearing my keyboard is like listening to the rain. It's also a person on Codecade, so take that as you will. Def at commands dot let's go is owner, because only I want to be able to run it, and we want to say async def add underscore stock, and we need to provide in self because we need to provide it in our client, and we need to provide context. The keyboard is to the microphone. Oh, you lot. We're then going to connect to our database, which I can't be bothered to do again. I should have possibly got the SQL documentation open, but I am lazy and I will wait for a while when I could just copy and paste the commands. Yes, I know I'm not using Vim. Hybit would like me to use Vim. Hybit's not getting his way though, or at least not for a while. So would some background music be nice out of curiosity? And who's pinged me? Why are people pinging me? OMG, that's Mick. That is Mick. Your studio. Okay. Oh, I can't be bothered to find out why people are annoying me at this time of day. Test bot. I do have a test server. I've made the mistake of not using a test server before. You could see me messing around with the betting system earlier. Oh yeah, I should probably demo this. At least people then know what we're working on. We're going to rename this because it is Do Not Bot. And we are going to quickly delete this line and just say print test, just so everything should boot up correctly. Always good to make sure everything works. Powered on. Perfection. What do we have? So we've got balance. Oh, high stream. We've then got bow top, which is apparently... Oh, there's two of us. We have daily command, which I need to wait a bit more before doing that. I can probably I'll add a thing to reset my daily. We can give a user something. There we go. And we can... Okay, I need to remove those doc files. And we can bet, which he's just demonstrated perfectly. So let's go rock and let's put in all two. Did that remove? That shouldn't have removed it from my balance, but I'm suddenly worried if it has. No, that hasn't. Okay, that's worked. So yeah, that is what the economy bot does so far. It's not overly complicated, but oh well. Oh, and I also have a cherry beer, because why not have something nice by doing it? Just for testing, something I am going to do is I'm going to create a command called @commands./command async def force add self ctx at commands dot zona. There we go, and we are going to, so that should be locked to me. We're also going to pass in user, and there is a fancy formatting thing we can do, yeah, user and amount. And that will lock it so you can only pass in Discord users, which is nice. There we go. And then we are going to go async with, yep, I can never remember the name. I use too many SQL packets for different packages for different things to remember their names. And we are going to be connecting to, we are going to copy our relative path there. So speech marks, bam. Why are my speech marks not speeching? Please check Discord DMs. Yes, but not on stream. I'll do it on my phone. I can do that much for you. Please make this the background music. This better not be a Rickroll link. I feel like it is. Mechanical keyboard uninterrupted for 1 hour. No, but I will add background music if that's what people want. Dots announcements, because there you go. Poll add background music. Yep. If that will get you lot to be happy, there you go. You've got the option now. Okay. And then we are going to quickly connect to that. We are going to grab data. Oh, as DB, yep. As DB. That just makes it nicer to deal with, and we are going to commit to that. We're going to set that to be amount, and we are going to set this to be user.id. We're going to save that, and we will run and refresh. Give that a second start back up. That I don't think. Oh, that's like it there on the stream. Okay, we can add wrong server. You not want music? I can get some music set up quickly. You can have my weird Western music that I found from somewhere. Oh, I've also got apparently follow alerts now. I haven't tested it. I'm not sure if that music can be heard at all. I'm going to assume it can, but if it can't, let me know. Whatever is... Admittedly, I can't trust you lot as the chat. Whatever it is, you won't give me an honest answer. But force... The problem with slash commands... People don't understand why developers dislike slash commands. Is that they can take up to 2 hours to be added to this list. So what we're going to do is... Oh yeah. Anyway, ctx stop. Send. Done. So if I did commands at command, and I think the prefix is an exclamation mark, it will just add straight away because it just looks for any messages starting with an exclamation mark, which is force add at AI 5, and then I can do force add at me 10, and if I do bow top, it should have been reflected. Oh, that just wipes them. I forgot to do a current amount plus amount. Yeah, that would have been smart. You lost 4? Okay. Well, let's fix that quickly. We can fix this fairly easily. There we go, and this will be user.id. I've just done all of this code beforehand, and I'm not going to rewrite stuff I've already done. And then amount plus data1. So there we go. We can now should be able to redo this and give you... Why are you not going to command? My commands are not commanding. Force add the AI. 5 more. Now if we go bow top. Yep, 5 plus 5, that works. You gained an extra coin. You're welcome. So now we've got that all done, and we've wasted 22 minutes. When did Twitch have an option to build in adding co-stars? That's interesting. That must be new, because I did not know it existed. Anyway, we're going to want to probably add... Did you just bet all your... That's not good. At least we found the bug already. Hi. How does this work? You put in your things. Oh, it automatically deducts it before your result gets taken off. So if tie and then that should just be new balance equals that. Right, that's fixed, and mostly because I'm going to keep needing you to test stuff, we can re-add things. There you go. So the problem with rock, paper, scissors is it was removing the mount automatically. Let's make this full screen. Really easy command to understand. First we check if they've got donuts, because they don't have donuts, or they don't exist. They can't bet donuts. Next thing we do, if we check if they've got enough donuts, we then give the computer a list of choices. It will randomly choose a choice. It will then make sure you've chosen a random choice. It then goes through all of the possibilities, because you've either tied or won, and if you haven't done either of them, you've lost. It then automatically removes the amount you've betted. It then adds it back plus 1.5%. Yeah, it adds 0.5% if you've won. And if you were tied, it wasn't doing anything, but really it should have added it back. Because, well, you haven't won, but you haven't lost. It then prints the results and updates the executable. Executable updates the database. It's rather simple. It's just long, and I'm sure I could have optimized it. So I could have almost definitely optimized it, but I just didn't think about that. So, yeah, that's what that does. So the other thing we're going to have to pass into our add stock is probably the name of our stock. So let's go, what do you call the three letter digits of a stock? So, what do you call the 3 digits for a stock? Except, is there a name? Stock symbol. So we're going to, instead of calling this stock, we're going to call that symbol, and we're going to set up to add symbol plus start value. Okay, and then we are going to async with aio.sql.connect, and we are going to connect that to databases dash donuts. I might as well just copy and paste it. What am I doing? But instead of that, we are then going to modify it. And the way we can do that is db.commit, and then it is insert or ignore, I believe. For anyone who wants context, AI has just sent me a link to Never Going to Give Me Up, because he didn't remove his embed in time and it appeared on my phone, and as after that could be added to the stream music. However, I would rather not get a copyright strike. That's my preferable result, so that's going to get ignored as well. You can keep listening to country cowboy stuff or nothing at all. Where's the insert or ignore? That was daily, yeah, so insert ignore into economy. I was right with the first part, I couldn't remember how it finished, the command. But instead of into economy, we want to insert stocks, we want to insert our symbol and our value. And that then should be 3 question marks, like 2 question marks? Yeah, so values and then question mark, question mark. I can't, there's no dash there. Values, brackets. Question mark, dash, question mark. The reason we use question marks here is because it filters our SQL. Without it, and I just force the variables in there, you have the weird problem that, well, SQL injection, that's how that works. and I would rather not have that problem for a while. So it sanitizes our results for us, which is lovely. Oh, and then we want to go await db.commit, I can remember that much. And then we want to go await ctx.send f. We put an f in front of our speech marks, which formats our string. Lovely little trick. We want to say I have added symbol to the database with a starting value of, and then we can throw in our start value into there. Give that a little run. Commands, capitalization. Oh, I forgot. Silly capitalization. There we go. I think SQL can take capitalizations. If not, we're about to find out, and that's going to cause me a load of problems. Next doc file. Easy strats, double your coins. Find the bug that wipes and your donuts. Yeah, that's a good system. So if we go to, oh, please tell me you've updated. Come on. What? Oh, add stock symbol. We're going to call this Simplix merch as our stock, and we're going to set the value to be tuners value of donuts. Let's just let this restart. We can close down these old tabs for a while. Okay, you've added that. I should have set that to be respond. Respond. So that means we don't get any errors. Economy. Why is this? Ah, there we go. Docs is loaded and we're in the database. So that is, well, that's the first task. Basically, I have this little extension in VS Code that allows me to view databases or SQL databases. It's a lovely little extension. Yeah, SQLite Explorer. I don't use proper databases. I use SQLite. It's partly being lazy and partly because budget. I'm going to lean closer to budget. It's free, it's self-storing. I quite like that, it makes my life easy. So we do need the ability for a user to buy and sell stocks. I'm not quite sure how to do that bit yet, so I think I'm going to work on the loops. So the way I am going to do that is dash, is it loops here? Why are you going to tell me? Great. PyCord docs loops tasks. That's what it's called. Wonder if it wasn't showing up. Do enjoy documentation. Blah blah blah. Task.loop. After loop, anything here that needs to get explained. All fairly... we'll make up as we're going along. So we're going to create ourselves a loop. I don't know, so what, stock market updates every however often. Every second would be too fast and it wouldn't let a user process it. Also bandwidth costs, because at the end of the day we have to think about this is a bot that ends up being free. Generally people don't donate to a Discord bot, so we need to work out how we're going to handle that. Yeah. Okay, we're going to stick with, well, mostly for testing. Let's go 2 seconds and set that to be 30. seconds, 30. I think 30 seconds is quite a nice balance anyway. And then I think we just declare the function. We just declare the function and pass self in. Oh, and we'll have to deal with this because otherwise we have the problem that the loop tries to run before the bot's ready. So we're going to call this async def, and we're going to name this stock fluctuator. There we go. Stop. Why are we calling it this? This fluctuates the prices of our stock, basically. So that is a lovely thing. And then we want to go to async def. No, async with aio.sql.connect. Same line as we have always. And we want to go to data equals. Well, we're going to want all of the data because I mean, if we go back to previous examples, we've done except select star from economy where this is that. We copy this. I believe this should possibly still work as in principle, but not quite how we want it because we don't actually want to define where we're getting stuff from. We just want everything, and I'm not sure if that's valid. I mean, for I in date, we're going for data in datas print data print brackets data Python 3 and above have brackets around their print statement. Python 2 and below didn't bother with brackets for some reason. There is a reason, I can't actually remember why, and it is self dot stock fluctuate stuff. Why is that not showing up? Oh, that's because bam, indentation dot. What did the doc say? Yeah, then we just run a start function. Start. So that should, yeah, Symantix merge and the price, so that's fine. That's useful. So now we just need to go through there. So we've got random dot. I feel like there's random dot uniform random. Import random. Going to random dot yes, uniform, and you can get the random numbers between a range depending on rounding. I've got some notes here because I somewhat prepared. Not very well. I should have prepared better. Yeah, this was how I was going to randomly change it. So then the price led to that was the idea anyway. I think I'm still going to stick with that. That still feels like a good idea. Although admittedly that doesn't exist, because I was going to do it all. So we need to find what our current price is. So instead of printing data, price will be price equals to data brackets 1. And now we're going to print. We're going to print price. and we're going to print our data. Brackets, data, square brackets 1. So what this should do, can't multiply sequence by non-integer type float. But price is a float. It says value float. Why aren't you working? Let's first see if I've even got it, the understanding right, that will print the current price. I'm fairly sure I can get that much done. Type float not subscribable. Type float is subscribable. Yeah, so that's what I did here. That worked. Why are you being awkward? That's got no reason to not work. Float is not subscribable. Try to access a float type using an index number. For an example, yes, but I'm not trying to get... If we scroll up, it was printing Simplix merch, then the number, like there were two different things. I just want... It was counting them as different stuff. So that's one, that's two. Okay. Oh, I understand. I think. So if I did print brackets datas brackets 1, that just prints the number. That's interesting. What happens if I went back through here and I added more stocks? Let's call this bread. That seems, and that's the value of 2. So that should have updated here. So now I refresh this. Are you only going to print the first number? You are. You know, that selected everything. So if I just printed datas, what would the output be? Yeah. Oh, that's... Oh, wait, fetch 1. It should be fetch... Ooh. Perfect. That's what I was doing wrong. So now I could do for data in datas. We can then print brackets data. Just check that works. So it should now print them on both separate lines. So I now to print data item 1 should just print the prices. Perfect. So we're going to print data line 1, and then we're going to set prices to be equal to round brackets. I can't remember what I said. So yeah, we're going to round data brackets 1 or brackets 1 times brackets 1 plus, and then we want to go to random dot uniform brackets minus 0.05 dash 0.05, and then we want to round that by 2 decimal places. That's in the wrong spot. That shouldn't be until there. Now let's print brackets prices. So if we just print data and then we print prices, we should be able to see the difference. So we've got simplex blot, and then that's going to be the new price, and then we've got red. So that day the market took a dip. And then if we wait and let it loop, then the market should hopefully... 30 seconds is a long time when we're just waiting for it. Anyone want to say anything interesting in chat? No? Okay, let's lower the timer at 10. What's people saying on our channel? Okay. Should be a bit faster. So there's our first one where it took a dive. Is it always going down by the same amount? I shouldn't always be going down though. So that one took a rise again. So that fluctuates somewhat randomly. That seems to, yeah, that seems to fluctuate somewhat randomly. Okay. Perfect. I'm happy with that. So now we're going to have to basically re-add this to our file. So I'm just going to copy, just and steal stuff. I mean, stuff I've already written, but no one enjoys me. I did use the documentation in previous streams, and the feedback was having someone go through and yeah, apparently having someone go through and read documentation gets really boring. So we're going to set value, insert and saying thanks for that. We've got our stock market to automatically fluctuate, so we've got simplex merge to go up and down in value, where symbol is equal to data. So we can now and set this to be price, I believe. Prices. So I'm going to rerun this now, but no such column value. What do you mean no such column value? Set value. I can promise you that. Oh, I know what. Stocks. We forgot to rename our table. And I just copy and pasted that whole line. There we go. So yeah, this, if we every now and then refresh our table, 10 seconds is still a while when you're streaming. Oh. I hate db.commit. Look. There we go, so that should be fine. Give that a second, and then we're going to let it load again. I can't tell. Set stock value is equal to. Can't tell why that's not updating. So I mean, set updates stops where our name matches because we're doing it the wrong way around. set prices where name matches data 0. That should be better. And now if we just watch here, we should be able to see the changing numbers. Yes. Small achievements, but that means we've now got a semi-fluctuating stock market. I mean, I realise that real stock markets are based on external factors, and if someone could like give me a list of them, we could always... yeah, we could always update that. And we could always have some form of simulation where random events, things happen to the whole stock market, things happen to the everywhere. But I think that's a good enough start. I think I'm going to take like a 10-minute break and then we can go back to something. So I will see you all in a minute. I didn't realise my mic's muted, and I didn't quite realise. And 1 second. Okay, so yeah, I'm back and my mic's working. I didn't realise I was muted. That's funny. Okay, context. So in the break I got a message. Let's go back, let's restart. And the idea was that I start doing streams in programming languages I don't know. That could be interesting. I might try that. I think one of the thoughts was, why don't I try and do a load of challenges each week, but do them in C instead of Python, as I know basics, but it'd be a lot of Googling, it'd be a lot of the research project, lots of the research process, and lots of the learning process. So if you'd be interested in that, let me know. And if you wouldn't, then oh well. The next idea that I had was, how do I store the stocks? And I decided I need 3 categories, and I've made myself a little note in the break. I'm going to need the user ID. I'm going to need the stock symbol. So, symbol. I'm going to need the number of shares. And I would think I want to keep also store their purchase price. Because I think it'd be interesting to be able to tell how much profit they've made. Yeah, that's the idea so far. I think purchase price will be price per share. But then, how does that work if you've bought multiple shares? As in, like, you bought some shares now and then you went and bought some more later on. Huh. I don't know, we'll work that out. We'll do some maths, some adding, some subtracting. Get some magic to happen. Yeah, that's a strange one. So we're going to keep it all in the same donuts.database file, but we're going to create ourselves a new table. We're going to call this table user stocks. And that's a summary of everything I said why my mic's been muted. Also, there is a link to buy me a coffee if you felt like it. It would be much appreciated. So yeah, we're going to create ourselves a new table. So db.execute. I'm going to probably edit out all of the waiting around and breaks. Why are blocks displays so weird in Minecraft? What are blocks displays? What Minecraft version? We might take a side tangent in a bit. I don't know what you're on about. Block Minecraft? Okay, you've got me curious. Minecraft block dis. The display blocks. What display block? Sorry, I haven't played 1.14. Are these just blocks that you can... make look like another block. They're a very cool way, not very fun to do it myself, they're very cool to see what others are using them for. I don't get it. Minecraft block displays. Make display blocks using chickens. Those who can't see, the chicken's connected to they're entities that look like blocks. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. That would be brilliant for rope bridges and things. Oh, I like that. Huh. No, I kind of stopped following Minecraft news. You can use them, any block, and rotate them independent on the grid and stuff. That's very clever. It looks like the shares have come down in value. Oh no, they're still going up. Both of them. Oh, that's interesting. Gonna. Create table if not exists. And we're going to call this user underscore stocks. And inside this folder we are going to have user ID, and that is going to be a integer. I wonder if there's an easy way where we can... How do you link? There's a way where you link SQL tables together. Python SQL databases linking items. What's it called? Where you've got when you're trying to use a row, it's like third normalization. Keys. Yes, A2, A4, A8, whatever, whoever you are brilliant, thank you. SQL Lite Python keys documentation. You come from CodeCave or somewhere else? Blah, blah, blah. Is there an easy way to check keys, or am I just going to do 2 SQL searches? Oh, okay. Brilliant name, really readable, would recommend. Is that the trick? Just like if you can't remember your password, set it to your username? You know what? I'm gonna be lazy. I'm just gonna do 2. Thanks. I took it from a variable in my code. Oh, that's a horrible variable name. Just ignore the fact I am looping through data in datas. Thanks. Where was I? Oh yeah, use integer. We then want to have symbol. We're going to want to have number of shares, which will be an integer. We're not going number of shares. I want to do I'm not sure what I'm going to do, so I'm going to include it into the tables because it makes my life easier, and we can come back to it. Float, and then I'm going to go. Ooh, scrolling. Await db.commit. So, for context, as you've just seemed to have arrived, I'm building an economy bot based on the donut. And alongside that, because it was getting like, there was nothing interesting or unique about it, I thought I would simulate a stock market. Oh, I almost spilled water on my keyboard and... Sorry, keyboard. Okay, that clears things up. So that just reminds me, we should add a command so it's like a portfolio so you can see all the available stocks before you buy one. Anyway, let's just quickly generate that Makefile. Well, yeah, I'll give you a quick demo of it if you want. Let's just see. Refresh. Why did that not work? Make stocks. Dot control argument. Eh? Create tail if not. Is that going to copy it? Yeah, that line's the same. And then we've got user ID, which is integer. We've got symbols that I just couldn't be bothered to define. Return a wait. Near. Can you not do? Can you not have that symbol? You look at user underscore stocks. Huh. I thought you could hyphenate stuff. Make file stocks. Okay, that's better. So we'll give you a quick demo. There are some other slightly boring stuff. We've got, so you can do the normal stuff like check your balance. We've got Battle Top, where apparently AI's got more. There, so we've got Battle Top. We've then got Rock, Paper, Scissors, which is a small amount of betting. Which is rocks. Is it rocks or rocks? I can't remember. There should be a drop down. For some reason, the drop down's not loaded. I'll fix that. Yeah, small amount of betting where you can rock, paper, scissors. 5 amount paper, and then amount 5. So that's how to drain your bank account instantly. We then got a give, so you can transfer them across. We've got a daily command. I need to add descriptions. Rock, paper, scissors, and then I've got an admin force give command for testing purposes. I've also got a command to actually, I'll wait and see if they're listening before I make a joke about removing their wealth. Yes, okay, and then we're about to add a command so I can wipe his wealth. So we'll add the wiping his wealth command in a bit. Oh no, yeah, so the current thing is what we've done so far. It was mostly me talking. It was a lot of me, well, one, fixing rock, paper, scissors because I messed that up somehow, and then 2, talking through this. Because it was a weird way of trying to simulate stuff. So I add a command, and then it's really not much code, and we spent half an hour on this and this. But then it's just like basically it goes through all of the stocks. It will with uniform random.uniform. So that means it will work with loops and rounding. Will plus or minus our stock by 5%. And then it will update them, and it will do that every 10 seconds. For, well, max 10 seconds is nicer to wait when testing stuff. When it comes to it, it will probably be every 1 to 2 or 3 minutes. I'm almost tempted to add a randomizer on if it passes or not. So like sometimes, actually let's do that. So if random dot rand int brackets 0-1 is equal to 0, we are going to pass. No, actually, if it's equal to 0, we're going to... Just suddenly had a thought. I guess we want it to change more times than it doesn't. So at this time it should update it every 10 seconds, but there should be a random chance where it decides not to update the values. So I think, yeah, that time it ended up not updating the values. Well then, this time it has. So it must have got 0. So this could be a cool little feature. And I think that then kind of makes the market a bit flatter and less changing. And if we can do that, it means we can then keep the speed as 10 seconds. I also don't have too much of a clue how the stock market works. So this is us building the stock market in a Discord bot, based off the amount of episodes of Suits I've watched. And when you put it like that, I'm not really qualified to be doing this, but oh well. So, I'm guessing next thing I'm going to be wanting to do is at commands./command, we are then going to go to async def preview. Okay, preview. Spelling's not my strong suit. Oh, it is my strong suit. Stocks. Lots of people's perspectives. That is just random. Yeah, so I realise it changes when people make a sale or purchase. No, I knew more than that because I have done a little bit of investing. I invested maybe a tad bit of money and then stopped. So yeah, I realise it changes company events and when people buy and sell. For a Discord bot aimed at kids, not kids. For a Discord bot aimed at the average Discord user, me trying to randomly simulate stuff. This is the thing, I mentioned it earlier when the chat was a bit more active and no one cared. You have a bit of interest, so I'll mention it again. I was planning to get the basics working with it being random. And if I can get it working with it being random, I was then going to add the option for external factors. So one load of people selling, price goes down, loads of people buying, price might go up a bit, so we're going to add that as a factor once I got the basics working. I was also possibly going to add a thing where the whole market should possibly crash somehow, so that affects all the stocks. I can't think of external events off the top of my head. I've forgotten. I really need to list stuff. With Simplex, because I'm the guy who developed Simplex, and if you don't know what Simplex is, it's a admin game, social media, leveling, music, and everything else in the kitchen sink Discord bot. Basically, I had enough of Me6, and yes, another Discord bot. It's a general purpose Discord bot. It was everything that Me6 was supposed to do. But I started it, when I was 15, because I had enough of the fees. And then Carbot's management, I did remove music, didn't I, AI? And then Carbot had a bit of a sketchy thing with being sold to a different company. So I developed all of that stuff. And then I wanted RSS feed alerts, because I still use RSS feeds, so I added that. So it kind of does everything, and it's free and open source. And I forgot to that. So yeah, I've made a few Discord bots, and I've learnt from that one, where I made stuff a bit too complicated. Well, most people just don't care how it gets the data, as long as it's enjoyable. So I think if I could get this preview... I forgot where I was going with this tangent. If someone could remind me where I was going with that tangent, it would be great. Until then, we are going to add a preview all the stocks option. Why stocks are just random? No, it was a tangent off that tangent. I finished that tangent. I do a lot of tangents. It's rare for me to call in... I enjoy streaming and coding. I don't do it very often, and I need to. But if you're ever trying to have to think about what you're doing, streaming while coding forces you to think. There's always someone who knows better than you on the internet, as I've learnt, and there is always someone who is willing to tell you they know better than you. I mean, that's a debate. Or not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just arrogant. Data. We're going to do what we did late. Data equals. Hey, wait. Actually, I can just steal these lines. Like, why rewrite original code when you can just steal? Then we're going to go embed equals Discord dot. Oh, is that a lowercase? Discord dot embed open things. These items now suddenly down to myself. I was sure that embeds with a capital D, and then that's saying it's not. Question of the day, you're an embed where? Oh, it's embeds with a capital E, and it's Discord with a lowercase e. Ah, that's why that menu didn't come up. Okay, title equals current stock market, and then we are going to go to for I in datas, and then we're going to embed.add field. We are going to go name, and that's going to be equal to data's value 0, and then we're going to set value of this to be data, and then that's going to be the second option in there, and we're going to give that a close, and then where I said data's, that should be I. There we go, that's better. And then we want to go to await ctx.respond, and then we want to go to embed is equal to embed, which is always a weird thing to type out. Slash command takes 0 positions. Forgot to close my brackets. Oh well, easy to do mistake. And let's see if Discord wants to play ball. I heard something about removing my wealth. How dare I? How dare I remove your wealth? Welcome to the modern world. Well, I'm the ruler. Oh, this is a weird thing, but if you've got time and wouldn't mind following, you can unfollow afterwards, but I really want to know if I finally managed to get follow alerts to work. It would be much appreciated. This is the thing that I dislike about working on Discord bots. Everyone thought slash commands were the next best thing. I still dislike them because they take forever to get updated to the Discord system. They break on mobile. They work some of the time. By the way, I think you missed a... Respond. Okay, you agree with it. So when slash commands came out, everyone thought they were game changers, and all of the Discord bot developers. Lower. Line 39. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, thanks. All the Discord... Oh, almost hit my glass finish the beer, so it's fine if I knock the glass over, but I don't want to break it. All of the everyone loves slash commands. Every developer I spoke to hated them because they take forever to test stuff. You write commands, and this will say, "Oh yeah, they can take up to 2 hours to load." Well, no one's waiting around. And then they added a thing where I could add certain guilds. I could add a guild to my slash command, which would force it to update. Pycod / command guilds. They're way more annoying to debug. Hey, how do I lock it to guilds? Pycod documentation. Pycod, I love you and your documentation is brilliant, but trying to find something is annoying. It's so annoying. I do like the autocomplete feature though. The drop-down auto-fit thing is very nice. The other thing I like is models. If I go to embeds, there, you can get these like Discord model things. I don't think they're possible with normal commands, and I can't see why Discord couldn't make them compatible with normal commands. So yeah, this I like. Test, and test, because I think if I don't set the colour, yeah, it auto-fits to grey. Yeah, that's a nice thing. I like that. Anyway, are you going to work for me, or am I going to have to use a normal command and change you back later? You're going to take a while, okay. New line, copy that, and command at commands.send stocks underscore command. There we go. Hey, Spider! I wasn't expecting you to join. We are, well, we were going to be wrapping up. Oh, I don't like that. That's a horrible menu. Dash inline. Is inline the field? So what are we making? So we're making a economy bot based on the donut, and that was too simple, too boring, and too bland. So I'm now artificially simulating a stock market. So you can buy and sell stocks with your donut or your currency that you could make or lose money for. And as you can see, I'm slowly printing the stock market every 10 seconds here. Does that make sense? I'm going to assume that makes sense. Yeah. Nice for you to join us. And Discord's annoying me. I might have been one of you two actually who mentioned that you would like me to start streaming in languages I don't know so you can watch me try and learn. I might start doing the weekly challenges in C and then streaming them. I mean, the streams will only be like 20 minutes long, but that could be slightly fun. Embeds. Why are you not working? Yeah, inline true. But I want that to be false. Is it just capitulation? Oh, it was. Discord. False, and we can copy this line. That's why you failed, so I put that on the wrong line. There we go. Copy this one. Put that here. So if this works, we should now get an update of our stock market. So there we go. And then our stocks should change every 10 seconds. So if we just keep redoing that. Okay, yeah, so our prices change from here to here, and they can go up and down by 5%. So that's nice. We can at least now we know the stocks we're buying. I guess the next thing we should actually do, what time is it? 9:43, that's fine. That clock might be out. Windows keeps resetting my clock every day. I have to manually resync my clock because it's an hour out. Has anyone else had this problem with Windows since they've changed time zones or daylight saving zones? That's been really annoying. I can't think of one possible reason, because if I right click, it knows the clock was synced the day before. It remembers that it got resynced, it just can't remember the time that it should have been sunk with. And it's not like they can't make some form of API request at some point to tell me if they think like that's right or wrong. Ugh, Windows, pain in my life. Anyway, commands dot slash commands async def let's call this by stocks. Pass in self, we're going to pass in CTX, we're going to pass in our stock, we're going to pass in amount. So I know actual stocks have a cap of how many stocks exist. Could I do that? I mean, there's no reason why I couldn't do that. But I don't know how I would then calculate the price of that. 'Cause currently the prices are they're randomly fluctuating. Well, probably not today, maybe tomorrow we're going to add real world information to the price fluctuation. So I guess it's not really worth adding a cap to the amount of stocks we're getting. If I added a cap, we would then need to write the formula for the pricing today. So let's pretend there's an unlimited amount. We will open up our database. So we've got, and then that should be economy. Yep, economy. So I think we should probably work out total. No, not first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to find price per stock, and then we're going to need to find total amount, and then we're going to need to see if the total amount it will cost is more or less than the amount we have in our account. So money, yeah. So if I'm buying 5 Sim6 merch at 300 coins or 300 donuts and I've only got £20 or 20 donuts, it shouldn't allow me to buy them. Okay. Time to butcher some code. We are going to select... We're not going to select everything, I don't think. Yeah. What we're going to do, we're going to select stocks where it's caps lock, we're writing SQL, and whoever wrote SQL had never managed to hear of lowercase letters. That is equal to question mark, and then I believe we do 3 question marks. Yeah, that's equal to question mark, and then we can just do dash. No, we don't. We do the dash on this side. We open up our brackets, and that will be to stock. Await CTX. Alright, and then we should do data. I'm going to get confused. We're going to be dealing with 3 databases here, so we're going to call this stock data. So yeah, we can call this stock data is equal to await.db db.fetch stock data. This is it. So it's await.stockdata.fetch1. So let's just check that works. Await.respond, and we will reply with stock data. Let's see if I butchered that SQL request up already. And then we'll probably stop in a minute, because time's getting on. Why aren't you working? At commands, and then we'll send this. Discord. Why whoever at Discord thought it was a great idea for it to take 2 hours to update Slack commands? I don't know. So we are going to buy this, we're going to buy bread, and we're going to buy 2 of them. Current statement uses 1, and there are 3 being supplied. Input number of bindings supplied. Current statement uses 1, but there are 5 being supplied. Why don't you give me a line number? This is a Discord error, not a SQL. Current statement uses 1. Let's start from stock, where symbol is equal to stock. And stocks has symbol. Have I messed up request command? Is it where that is? Huh. It's a strange... Oh yeah, recommand. Type the command out. Getting tired making mistakes. Not a good idea. I think this might be time to call it quits when I start making silly mistakes. Can't send an empty message. Dot fetch. Fetch all. There we go. That's because this is... Yeah, bread. Okay, so that's just because it was a case sensitive. So we're going to have to fix the whole case sensitive things. / commands. And then I'm going to set this back to be respond. So the whole point of this Discord bot is I don't need to give it a load of permissions because I don't want to have to apply for them all again. So you know what? I think, it's an hour and a half. I am starting to make stupid mistakes. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you back in again. There is a Discord server called Michael Media Group. I would love it if you would join for future announcements. Possibly follow the channel. That is free and I can't see a downside to it. But then I am a tad bit biased with that. Or there is always my Twitter at MichaelRB Parker, where aren't often alerts. I generally only post an announcement there after I've done the stream, so not much use for you. But thank you for watching. If you missed any of this and would like to catch up, I will edit out all the starting stream and the break parts and then upload it to the YouTube channel, Michael Media Group. So I will see you all. Have a great evening. Bye.